Your future is not some distant, mysterious place waiting for you to stumble into it. It is being shaped, right now, by every decision you make, every thought you allow, every moment you either seize or waste. The question is not what will happen to you. The question is, what will you do with the time you have been given? The truth most people cannot accept is this: your life is a mirror, faithfully reflecting the images you've been holding in your mind. If you see limitation, you live limitation. If you see possibility, you live possibility. Your circumstances are not the sculptor, they are the clay. You are the sculptor. You are the one with the chisel in hand. Every great life in history, from the industrialists who built empires, to the visionaries who changed science, to the artists whose work outlived them, began with a single, invisible act, a decision to believe in a future that did not yet exist. Napoleon Hill wrote it plainly: whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But belief is not passive. Belief is an active war against every doubt, every excuse, every limitation trying to root itself in your soul. When you wake up in the morning, understand this: the hours ahead will submit to the orders you give them. If you choose distraction, they will deliver nothing but wasted potential. If you choose focus, they will bow to your vision. You must stop waiting for a sign. The sign is that you are alive right now, breathing, capable, standing in a world overflowing with resources, opportunities, and possibilities that billions before you could not even dream of. The only question is whether you will act. Because make no mistake, you are acting every single day. You are either acting in the direction of your dreams or acting in the direction of your destruction. There is no neutral ground. Life is a battlefield, and the war is for control over your own mind. Flow into mindset and belief. Your mind is the architect of your destiny. But here's the challenge. Most people are building their future like a shack in the storm, without a blueprint, without intention, without mastery over the materials of thought. What are the materials of thought? Belief, vision, self-talk, decision. These are your bricks, your steel, your foundation. And just like a weak foundation will doom even the most beautiful building, a weak belief system will collapse under the first storm life throws at you. Your beliefs are not random. They were planted by your parents, your friends, your culture, your failures, your victories. But here's the liberation. You can uproot the weeds and plant something new. You can train your mind to work for you instead of against you. You can choose thoughts that align with your highest vision instead of your lowest fears. If you believe you are destined to struggle, you will find ways to make that belief true. If you believe you are destined for wealth, contribution, and greatness, you will begin to act in ways that pull that future toward you. The human mind is a magnet. It cannot stop attracting that which it constantly focuses on. But focus alone is not enough. You must marry belief with clarity. Clarity is the laser that cuts through confusion. Without clarity, your belief has no target, no anchor, no path. A vague dream produces vague results. Write it down. Define it. Give your dream a face, a shape, a number, a deadline. Do not say, "I want to be successful." That is a cloud. Say, "I will build a business that earns $500,000 a year by serving people in ways that change their lives." That is lightning. Lightning strikes. Lightning is focused energy. And when your mind can see it, when it can touch the image, it will begin rearranging your reality to match it. The people you meet, the decisions you make, the opportunities you recognize, they will all begin to align with the picture you hold most clearly in your mind. Purpose is the engine that drives everything forward. Without it, discipline feels like punishment. With it, discipline becomes devotion. You will not rise early, work late, endure setbacks, and push through exhaustion for something you do not care about. You will do those things for a purpose that sets your soul on fire. Ask yourself, what am I building that is bigger than me? What would I give my best energy to even if nobody was watching? Because when your purpose is deep enough, you stop negotiating with your dreams. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for motivation to show up like a guest at your door. You become the source of your own fire. Discipline is not about doing what you want in the moment. Discipline is about doing what your future self will thank you for. Every act of discipline is a deposit into the account of your destiny. Most people make withdrawals. They take from their own future for the sake of present comfort. But those who understand the law of success know that small, consistent deposits create a fortune of results over time. The great industrialists worked while others slept. The inventors obsessed while others entertained themselves. The leaders trained while others complained. They were not lucky, they were deliberate. They built their lives brick by brick, act by act, day by day. Your future is not determined by some external force. It is forged in the quiet moments where you either choose the comfort of now or the greatness of later. And if you keep choosing later, one day you will wake up inside the very life you once imagined. Life will not bend to your plans. The path to your future will not be a straight road. It will twist, it will fracture, it will force you into storms you never saw coming. And when those storms arrive, you will have two choices: break or bend without breaking. Adaptability is not weakness. It is strength in its most intelligent form. A rigid tree snaps in the wind. A flexible tree sways, survives, and continues to grow. The people who reach the heights of success are not those who never face change. They are those who treat change as a sculptor treats marble, shaping it into something that serves their vision. Do not curse the detours. Many of the world's greatest inventions, fortunes, and breakthroughs were born not from the perfect execution of Plan A, but from the unexpected turns that forced people to see opportunities they would have ignored otherwise. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. You cannot control the terrain, but you can train your legs to endure it. This is where resilience becomes your greatest weapon. Resilience is the refusal to quit, not once, not twice, not ever. It is the art of standing back up so many times that the world begins to realize it cannot defeat you. And here's the truth that Napoleon Hill understood: the moment you refuse to quit, you have already won. The prize may not arrive today, but it is already making its way to you, because life bends in favor of the persistent. Think of the miner who stops digging 3 feet from gold. Think of the entrepreneur who shuts down just before the market turns in their favor. Think of the artist who puts down the pen when their next work could have been the one that changed everything. The difference between failure and success is rarely skill. It is almost always endurance. Do not confuse delay with defeat. Just because your harvest is not ready does not mean the seeds are dead. Keep watering. Keep weeding. Keep tending to the vision when no one else can see it. Because your resilience tells the universe you are ready to hold what you've been asking for. Every day is a classroom, but most people are too distracted to notice the lessons. The difference between the extraordinary and the average is that the extraordinary never stop learning. They do not treat success as a finish line, they treat it as a checkpoint. Self-mastery begins with humility, the recognition that you do not yet know it all, and that your mind must remain open, hungry, curious. The greatest leaders in history were students until the day they died. They read. They listened. They studied. They examined their own mistakes with the same intensity as their victories. Learning is not about collecting information. It is about transformation. You could memorize every law of success ever written, and it would mean nothing if you never acted on them. But if you take one principle, one truth, and live it with relentless commitment, it will carry you further than 1,000 untested ideas. Study those who have walked the path you want to walk. Read their words, observe their actions, absorb their mindset. Success leaves clues, but you must be willing to look for them. And then, look inward. Because while you can learn from others, the most powerful lessons are the ones that emerge from your own journey. The challenges you've faced, the mistakes you've made, the triumphs you've earned, these are not random events. They are chapters in the manual of your own success. Read them, learn from them, and then write the next chapter with greater wisdom than the last. Self-mastery is not a destination. It is the daily act of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the person you intend to become. It is catching yourself when you drift back toward old patterns and steering yourself toward the standard you have set. It is doing what is required, not what is comfortable. Because in the end, the hardest battle you will ever fight is not against the economy, the competition, or the world. It is against yourself. Win that battle, and the rest will fall into place. Gratitude is not just a pleasant feeling. It is a force, a state of mind that multiplies whatever it touches. Most people think they must wait for abundance before they can feel grateful, but the truth is, gratitude is the doorway through which abundance enters. When you train your mind to notice and appreciate what you already have, you stop vibrating with scarcity. You stop telling the world you are empty, needy, lacking, and instead, you begin to move with the confidence of someone who is already rich in opportunity, resources, and potential. That confidence attracts more. Napoleon Hill understood this well. The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does. Gratitude works the same way. The person who is deeply thankful for the small will soon be entrusted with the great. Gratitude also sharpens your vision. When you focus on what is good, you train your eyes to recognize opportunity instead of obstacles. Two people can look at the same situation. One sees failure, the other sees a seed for success. The difference is gratitude. Do not make the mistake of treating gratitude as something passive. Practice it like a skill. Write it down daily. Speak it out loud. Feel it fully. Because gratitude not only changes how you see the world, it changes how the world sees you. The energy you carry will determine the doors that open to you. If you radiate bitterness, doors will close. If you radiate gratitude and possibility, people will want to help you, opportunities will present themselves, and even in difficulty, you will find the strength to keep going. Gratitude is proof to the universe that you are ready for more, because you have honored what you already have. Your future is not in the hands of luck, circumstance, or the approval of others. It is in your hands, and always has been. Every moment you breathe, you are either building it or breaking it. You have been given something priceless. The ability to think, to choose, to act. That is the divine gift every empire, every masterpiece, every revolution in history has been built upon. The people who changed the world did not wait for permission. They claimed their right to shape reality according to their vision, and they paid the price in discipline, in sacrifice, in relentless commitment. The question is, will you? Understand this. The life you want will not come to you out of pity. It will not arrive because you deserve it. It will come because you decided it will come, and you backed that decision with work that could not be ignored. Do not tell yourself the lie that you will start when things calm down. Life will never calm down for you. It will test you, push you, and place obstacles in your way precisely to see if you are worthy of the life you claim to want. Every delay, every difficulty, every setback is an invitation to prove you are serious. There is no such thing as too late. There is only too afraid to begin. You could start today with nothing, no money, no connections, no clear path, and still, by sheer force of belief, clarity, and disciplined action, create a life that will make people wonder how you did it. The greatest danger is not that you aim too high and miss. The greatest danger is that you aim too low and hit. That you settle into a life that is safe but empty. That you die with your potential still locked inside you because you refuse to risk discomfort for the chance at greatness. Stand up. Stand tall. Take the wheel of your own mind and do not let it be driven by fear, by doubt, by the small expectations others have of you. Write your future in bold ink and do not apologize for it. When you wake tomorrow, let your first thought be of the life you are building. Guard that thought. Feed it. Act on it before the rest of the world has even risen. Win the morning, and you will win the day. Win the day, and you will win the week. Win enough weeks, and you will wake up inside the life you once thought was impossible. There will be moments you want to quit. When you do, remember this: the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. And once regret settles in, it cannot be lifted. You have one life, one chance, one canvas to paint on, and the brush is in your hand. Every stroke counts. Every choice shapes the picture. Make it a masterpiece. Your future is in your hands. Hold it with strength. Shape it with courage. And when you have built it, when you are living it, you will look back and realize the truth. It was never about luck. It was about you. Always you. No one is coming to save you. That is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to set you free. Because the moment you stop waiting for rescue, you start building your own ladder out of the pit. The moment you stop blaming the economy, your upbringing, your circumstances, you take back the power to change them. The most dangerous mindset in the world is the belief that you are powerless. It is the belief that someone else controls your outcome. That belief keeps people stuck in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and habits that destroy them. But the second you take ownership, full ownership, of your life, you hold the keys. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. And your response will determine your results. Life may hand you a storm, but you decide whether you stand in the rain or build a ship. I want you to imagine yourself 5 years from now. What would your life look like if you acted every single day with the courage and discipline you've been avoiding? If you spoke your dreams out loud and chased them without apology? If you stopped listening to the voice that says, "Not yet," and replaced it with, "Now"? Your future is a reflection of your present courage. If you act with hesitation, your future will be small. If you act with conviction, your future will be vast. The truth is, you will be tested. You will be knocked down. You will lose things, people, and opportunities you thought you could not live without. And in those moments, you will hear two voices. One will tell you to quit, to protect yourself from further pain. The other will tell you to rise, because the pain is proof you are still in the fight. Those who quit never know how close they were. Those who rise are often shocked at how quickly the tide turns in their favor once they decide they cannot be defeated. Resilience is not just getting back up, it's getting back up smarter, stronger, and more determined than before. It's refusing to let one loss define your worth, refusing to let one failure erase your vision. The world respects those who will not be broken. It does not matter if you are underestimated, overlooked, or even laughed at. If you refuse to stop, the world will have no choice but to take you seriously. Discipline is often misunderstood as restriction. But the truth is, discipline is the purest form of freedom you will ever taste. It is the ability to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, not when you feel like it. Without discipline, you are a slave to impulse. Your future will forever be held hostage by moods, distractions, and temptations. With discipline, you become the master of your time, your energy, and your destiny. Every successful person you admire has this in common. They do what others will not, for as long as it takes, until results appear. They do not need constant motivation, because their commitment is bigger than their feelings. When you commit to your vision with disciplined action, you stop living reactively. You stop waiting for the world to give you something. You take it, not through greed, but through relentless, consistent creation. A man without a vision is a ship without a compass. He may sail for years, but he will drift endlessly, pulled by every current, trapped by every storm. But a man with vision is dangerous, not to himself, but to the mediocrity that surrounds him. Because nothing can stop someone who knows exactly where they are going and refuses to settle for less. Vision is more than a dream. Dreams are fragile. They can be broken by doubt, stolen by fear, or abandoned in the cold light of hardship. Vision is unshakable. Vision survives the drought, the detour, the disappointment. Vision does not ask for approval, it demands obedience from you. Write your vision as if your life depends on it, because it does. Name the number you want to earn, the places you want to see, the legacy you want to leave. Describe the home, the relationships, the daily life you intend to live. Give your mind a clear picture, and it will work day and night to create it. Napoleon Hill called it a definite chief aim. Without it, all effort scatters. But with it, all effort unites. Your mind will start to filter reality, seeing only what feeds your vision and discarding what doesn't. The right people will appear. The right ideas will strike. The right doors will open, because you will finally recognize them. Clarity is the weapon that cuts through confusion. When you wake in the morning with clarity, you don't ask, "What should I do today?" You already know. You don't wonder, "Will this help me?" You know whether it's a step toward your vision or a distraction to be ignored. The enemy of greatness is not failure, it is drifting. Drifting looks harmless. It feels comfortable. You're not sinking, but you're not moving toward shore either. You convince yourself you have time, that you'll start soon. Days become months. Months become years. And one day, you wake up and realize the future you wanted is gone, not because it was impossible, but because you drifted past it while chasing nothing at all. Hill warned against drifting like it was a disease. Because it is. It kills dreams quietly, without a fight. You don't feel the wound until it's too late. You must declare war on drift. You must wake each day with intention. You must decide, before the day begins, what you will accomplish and why it matters. Purpose ends drift. Clarity kills it, and action buries it for good. Your vision without action is nothing more than a wish, and wishes belong to the weak. The strong don't wish, they work. They grind. They take the hammer to the stone every single day until it cracks. Action does not mean chaos. It means precision. Each move is calculated. Each effort is measured against the vision. You must become obsessed with forward motion. Even if the step is small, it must be taken. Even if the gain is minor, it must be claimed. You will not always feel like working. You will not always feel inspired. But success has never been reserved for those who felt like it. It is earned by those who act regardless. Do not overcomplicate this. The future you want is built the same way a wall is built, one brick at a time, perfectly placed, every day, without fail. Miss one day and the wall is weaker. Miss enough days and the wall never stands. And here is the irony. The work is always hardest in the beginning. The first steps feel heavy, the first sacrifices sting. But once you gather momentum, once the results begin to whisper that you are on the right path, discipline turns to desire. You stop forcing yourself to act. You start craving the action because you can see where it's taking you. The weak pray for easy days. The strong build themselves to handle hard ones. Pressure is not your enemy. It is your personal trainer. It shapes you, strengthens you, forges you into someone who can handle more than you ever imagined. Do not run from pressure. Lean into it. Ask yourself not, how do I escape this? But, how can I use this to grow? Every great leader, every master of their craft, every creator of wealth has been tested by pressure. They did not fold. They adapted, they improved, they outlasted. Steel is not made in comfort. It is forged in fire. And if you want your future to be unshakable, you must allow the fires of challenge to burn away every weakness that holds you back. When you feel the weight, remember, diamonds are made under pressure. If you remain, if you endure, you will emerge rarer, stronger, and infinitely more valuable. The world will not shape itself to your comfort. It will shift, change, and turn without asking for your approval. And if you refuse to adapt, you will be left behind. No matter how talented, how intelligent, or how prepared you think you are. Adaptability is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. The oak tree that refuses to bend in the wind will snap. But the reed that bends survives every storm. You must be willing to change your plan without changing your purpose. The road may close, but the destination remains. If the bridge is out, you build another. If the door is locked, you find a window. And if there is no window, you make one. Napoleon Hill understood that riches, success, and influence are never built on a straight path. They are forged in the detours, in the moments where you refuse to quit simply because the route has changed. The rigid mind is fragile. The adaptable mind is unstoppable. It does not mourn the past. It redirects toward the future. It turns failure into feedback and uses it to move forward faster. So when the unexpected comes, and it will, you must respond not with panic, but with precision. You must ask, how does this serve me? How can I turn this into an advantage? Because if you can do that, the world will never truly be against you. It will be working for you, even when it tries to stop you. You will be knocked down. That is not a possibility. It is a guarantee. Life will test you. People will betray you. Opportunities will vanish. The question is not whether you will fall. The question is whether you will get up every single time. Resilience is not just recovery. It is advancement. It is standing taller after every hit. It is learning from the pain, sharpening from the loss, and using what broke you to make you unbreakable. The world respects the fighter who refuses to stay down. Even your enemies will be forced to admit your strength when they watch you rise again, again, and again. Do not hide your scars. They are proof you fought. They are proof you lived. And more importantly, they are proof you kept going. Your future will not be determined by how many times you win on the first try. It will be determined by how many times you refuse to lose permanently. And here is the truth most will never tell you. Resilience is not built in comfort. It is built in the nights when you feel like you can't take another step, yet you take one more. It is built when the world says, "Quit," and you whisper back, "Watch me." Every victory begins in the mind. Every defeat does too. Before you earn a single dollar, before you build a single business, before you change a single habit, you must first conquer the war inside your own head. Thought is the seed. Action is the growth. Your reality is simply the harvest of the thoughts you have planted and allowed to take root. If you tell yourself you are powerless, you will not act. If you tell yourself you are capable, you will find the way. The mind believes what you feed it, so feed it with purpose, with confidence, with a vision so sharp it cuts through doubt. This is why Napoleon Hill warned against letting fear and negativity occupy your mind. They are thieves. They steal your energy, your time, your will to act. Replace them with gratitude, with focus, with belief so intense it feels like certainty. Guard your mind like the fortress it is. Do not let just anyone, or anything, through its gates. For the moment you lose control of your thoughts, you lose control of your life. There will come a day when motivation fades, when the novelty of the journey wears off, when the applause dies down. On that day, only one thing will keep you moving: purpose. Purpose is deeper than motivation. Motivation is a spark. Purpose is the eternal flame. It burns through every season, every setback, every silence. If you know why you are fighting, you will never run out of reasons to keep going. Your purpose must be bigger than money, bigger than status, bigger than applause. It must be something that pulls you out of bed when the bed feels warm and the world feels cold. Something that you would chase even if no one was watching. When your purpose is clear, discipline is natural. Sacrifice is acceptable. Patience is possible. Because you are no longer chasing comfort, you are chasing destiny.